paper. And at first I was very angry. I was angry because I could not find the list of ingredients. You know, where it's minimum daily requirements of all of the ingredients. I said, Bob gave me the wrong piece of paper. I can't find the ingredients any place. And then I looked here and I said, oh, wait a minute. Interesting plants. I recognized most of them because they're in the herbal books, and I opened up my little herbal Bible and began to study them over and so on. But you see, I wasn't studying them to find out what the herbalists say about the herbs, because I knew that they were good. What I was really looking for was what was in each one of these. You see, as a medical journalist, I know that the cells need 57 nutrients. And the high on the list of 57 nutrients were the 20 amino acids. Now, why do the cells need 20 amino acids? Because they're human cells. And human cells need 20 amino acids in order to produce a human protein. All of the proteins of your body were manufactured by the cells themselves, and they have to have all 20 amino acids. In fact, if you only have 19 amino acids, when it gets ready to produce a protein molecule, the cell simply cannot produce a protein molecule. It's got to have all 20 amino acids. Half of the amino acids are known as non-essential. The other half are known as essential, which is a misnomer. All amino acids are essential in order for your body or your cells to produce a protein molecule. The reason they're called non-essential is because the cells are smart enough to manufacture half of them themselves. But all amino acids are essential. So that's the first thing I begin to look for. Do they have all of the essential amino acids? I went through all of the various plants, and I found all 20 amino acids. Put down a mark. Yep, contains all 20 amino acids. Even the most rare, even the tryptophan, it contains all amino acids. Then the next thing I began to look for were the vitamins. Now, what's a vitamin? See, we don't know what a vitamin is. We've been taking them from the since they're that tall. You know, they come in various sizes, like dinosaurs and a few things like this. But when you ask the question, what is a vitamin? I've had some people say, well, it's something you get at the health food store. You find in little brown bottles on the shelf, you see. It's a food supplement. Isn't that what we've been told? We've all been told it's a food supplement. It's not a food supplement. It is a food vital. In other words, when our scientists begin to study what makes this body tick, they found out there's certain things the body needed in order for the body to function the way it's supposed to. And these chemicals were identified then and labeled. And the first one they found and labeled was vitamin A. I'll bet you can't guess what the next one they found is called. Oh, that's right. Very imaginative at that time, you see. And the next one they found was vitamin C. Oh, we're on a roll, aren't we? Except we ran into a problem. The problem is that the scientists found certain chemical signatures of the chemicals that were almost like vitamin B. So they went back to vitamin B, erased that, changed that to vitamin B1. Then the next one they called vitamin B2, B3, B4, B5, B6, right up to vitamin B17. All right? But you see, the term vitamin means vital. All vitamins are important. All vitamins are necessary. It's part of the cell's menu. They need all vitamins. So that's the next thing I look for. Does it have all vitamins? And that one was easy. If you look under alfalfa in that particular preparation, you find it says contains all known vitamins. That one's easy. Mark it off. Contains all known vitamins. The next thing I began to look for were the minerals. Now, what in the world is a mineral inside the body? Why do we need minerals? We know we're supposed to take them because we've all been told we are supposed to take them. But what is the function of a mineral inside the body? Do you know that the amount of active minerals inside the body right now wouldn't even fill a thimble as big as the little finger? Yet those trace minerals are so vitally important. Why are they vitally important? What's the function of a mineral inside the body? Maintain the electrolyte balance? No. No. Let me explain the function of a mineral. It's so amazing. You see, if you study the cells of the body, you'll find that all of the activity done inside the cells, all activity is done by enzymes. You can use the word enzyme, or another word would be factory worker. Anything done inside a cell is done by an enzyme. Anytime the DNA needs to communicate with an enzyme, it sends an electronic message out to the enzyme. If you study an enzyme, you find that an enzyme is a protein molecule with a trace mineral at the end. Each trace mineral has its own electrical frequency. So the DNA sends an electronic message out to the enzyme and is picked up by the trace mineral. And the trace mineral tells the enzyme what it's supposed to do and where it's supposed to go and how it's supposed to function. Without the trace mineral, that enzyme cannot function. You see, the enzyme is the walkie-talkie, or the trace mineral is the walkie-talkie of the enzyme. So, we need all trace minerals, because we have thousands of enzymes in the body, and each group of enzymes has its need for its own trace mineral. If a trace mineral is missing, then those groups of enzymes simply cannot function. And do you know that the enzymes are the things that actually utilize the vitamins? And if you don't have the trace minerals, the enzymes don't work, and if the enzymes don't work, you can't even use the vitamin, even if you had it. So the next thing I began to look for were the minerals. I found all the minerals. Oh, I was very excited by now, and it didn't take too long before I found the linoleic acid and the lecithin, and these are the essential oils. And by the time I got through and totaled everything up, I found we had 57 nutrients, all in proper sequence, in proper ratio. I could hardly wait till I saw Bob the next day. I went back the next day and I said, "Bob, do you know what you've got?" He says, "Yeah, it's a good product." I said, "No, Bob, do you really know what you've got?" He says, "Well, yeah, it tastes good." I said, "You can't say that." "But what have you got?" He says, "Well, you tell me." I says, "Well, let me put it this way. If I wanted to reward Larry Lymphocyte for doing such a fantastic job for keeping me healthy, I'd say, 'Larry, I'm going to take you out to dinner. What would you like to eat?' He'd probably say, 'KM.' Because KM is a good example of a cell food. And it's rather exciting when you consider the source of KM. Consider the source that, in fact, it was a scientist 67 years ago who understood what the plants had to offer. Understood that we were animals, some more so than others. But as animals, we relied upon the plant kingdom for sustenance. And he also understood the animals because he had a Ph.D. in that area also, and he simply took the knowledge of what he could get out of the plants and what the animals needed, he put it together, and 67 years ago he came up with the cell food. And that's why it works. It's nothing more than that, but it's nothing less. And that's why it is such a good product, and why so many amazing things happen. Because if all of the cells are fed properly, then the cells are going to be healthy. And if the cells are going to be healthy, then you are going to be healthy. Can you see how simple that is? All right, the next part is cell exercise.